9 years after Alexander Litvinenko's slow, terrible death, his widow Marina left London's Royal Courts of Justice, satisfied the public inquiry she'd long fought for is now complete.
I believe that the truth has finally been uncovered. The murders and their paymasters have been unmasked.
Since opening in January, the judicial inquiry has heard many hours of detailed technical evidence, much of it supporting the original findings of the police investigation, that Alexander Litvinenko was killed after consuming the rare radioactive substance polonium-210, which was carried into Britain and slipped into Litvinenko's tea by two former Russian agents, Dmitry Kovtun and Andrei Lugovoy. During the inquiry's closing statements, the lawyer representing London's Metropolitan Police went further, saying in one form or another, the Russian state was involved in Litvinenko's murder.
The Kremlin cannot exactly complain if the eyes of the world look to it for responsibility for Litvinenko's murder. And of all of Litvinenko's targets, Putin was the one most frequently in his sights.
Litvinenko was a former agent with Russia's security and intelligence service who became an outspoken critic of Vladimir Putin. The police did not specifically accuse Russia's president of being involved in Litvinenko's death, but his widow Marina and her legal team did so repeatedly.
Putin and his personal cabal are directly implicated in organised crime, that they are willing to murder those who stand in their way, and that Mr. Litvinenko was murdered for that reason.
My husband was killed by agents of the Russian state in the first ever act of nuclear terrorism in the streets of London. And this could not have happened without knowledge of consent of Mr. Putin.
The Russian government has always denied involvement, as have the two suspects, Andrei Lugovoy and Dmitry Kovtun. Kovtun was due to give evidence at the inquiry this week, but pulled out at the last moment, saying he couldn't do so without permission from Russian authorities. The inquiry's findings will be published in a final report later this year. If it says the Russian state was involved in the death of a man who'd become a British citizen, the government here must decide on how that will impact its already poor relationship with the Kremlin. Phil Black, CNN, London.